Hello, everybody. Welcome to my name is Kat, known as phamerina.planning here on YouTube and on Instagram. And today's video is a plan with me for the week of the 13th of January through the 19th of January using this kit I didn't know that I needed from Starlight Paper Studio called Snowfall foiled in gold. It's this gorgeous green based I was gonna say summer um winter kit that has like these it's primarily green with little pops of yellow here and there. And I think I don't remember exactly who I was watching. I think it was Christy from Kitty_plans, where she's like, yeah, I'm kind of tired of all the blue. And like I have like the past two spreads were blue, and I know I have two winter spreads that are blue in February, but I can kind of see where she's coming from with all of the blue for winter, which I'm like not against because blue is also like nighttime. But the green in this kit was unexpectedly refreshing for me, and like Starlight Paper Studio is one of my favorite shops. I desperately missed her when she went on her short little break to figure out shop things. And um if you don't know, just do my quick little plug here. I do have a code for Sita Shop. It's cat20. You can use that to save a little bit and get my freebie, which I'll pop up. Um, and even if I didn't PR for her, I would be like, no, you should go to Sita Shop because she has some of the most unique stickers in this planner community, and I'm so excited that she's back. One of the things that I do really love, like about her style, is how it's one very different. Um, it's not really floral heavy. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but it's something different compared to other shops. She also uses very interesting colors in my opinion. I mean, I know a lot of it has to do with like the clip arts that is available, but I feel like, a green based winter kit wasn't something I knew I needed until like I saw it. I really enjoyed the I think this is her slightly reformatted. Well, it's the previous version of the reformatted deco kit. Because she has these like gorgeous large scenes, and I freaking love large scenes. Um, to the detriment of my full boxes. But I love them. I love the two scenes that she has here. Um, and I knew I had to make a choice, right? Because the other large scene was the one with the girl on the ice skating rink, and I had to make a choice whether I wanted to use that full box, or if I wanted to use the other full box because I don't really like having too many of the same elements on the same page. So I decided to go ahead and use the other large scene um, in the bottom of my sidebar, just to to use. I just love them. There's just something about that huge amount of impact that I just really love it. Especially when my husband called it a budger. Especially when you use the budger to like apply the pressure to put it all the way down. So there were so many elements of this clip art for this kit that I really loved, like the girl looking out the window down the bottom there. Um, I was trying to figure out what pieces to layer up to kind of make more compositions. For some reason, this kit, I felt like we needed to really cluster a lot of the deco together. Um, and I took some inspiration from the full box with the girl in it to put some of these like garlands, light garlands, they kind of look like lights, from that paper trail plan sampler there to kind of just bridge that in. And at first, I didn't think I was going to use full box liners. Then I changed my mind because I remembered I had Christine's freebie from Dash of Sun that had liners and also some of the foil trees, which I decided to pull in. I'm pretty sure I pulled them in. Ooh, we'll find out. Um, and for the rest of my sidebar, I didn't really think about it. Because I kind of have visions of specific areas, and then I kind of figure out the rest, to my detriment sometimes, in my opinion. But for the rest of my sidebar here, I wanted to stick with a kind of simpler month script. But I knew I didn't want to put it up in the top, like in the day cover area. I don't know. I just wasn't feeling that, you know? Sometimes you just aren't feeling things, and that was one of them. I just was like, nah, we're not putting the month script in the date cover area. No idea why. No real rhyme or reason. And I was looking through my stash, and I found these really cool stamped ones from the Pretty Pink Co. that I got in a D stash. And I figured, why not just cut them up and you know, make it look like that this got stamped on. I wish I thought a little bit more about placement. Um or at least maybe say Janu. But in my brain I was like, well, the abbreviation for January isn't Janu, it's Jan. But if you look at the bottom, I like staggered that A really differently. So I feel like I wish I had um sort of done the same with the Jan, just to kind of make those two pieces seem a little more cohesive. And I'm kind of, I guess I'm in my quotes era, because I really love pulling in foiled quotes wherever I can now. Because they add a little bit of foil without being too much. And I believe these snowflakes, those are snowflakes from Sadie Stickers. I think those are, I'm fairly certain those are the only thing in like regular gold that I have here. That's why I was like, there's a reason I didn't pull that script up into the day cover area, because there was something I did, I just couldn't remember. I had these snowflake combo garland thing. I don't remember what they're called, but they're from Panda Bird Design. They're in light gold, and I knew I really wanted to pull them in with this spread specifically, because like I said, I don't really have that many. Like, I don't think I said this, but my brain thought my brain thought was that there's a lot of winter kits in silver, and I feel like that makes sense, right? Silver's cold. it's it's a cool, like a cool toned foil color, and I feel like rose gold is like the surprise foil color, the unexpected, like, ooh, this is interesting foil color. So I kind of feel like gold is not a typical winter kit foil color that we see, at least in my experience in the year I've done this. So I knew I wanted to pull in this snowflake combo garland layer. I don't know what it's called. Um, but I definitely knew I wanted to pull that in, because I got it in like one of the Panda Bird Design grab bags, and I was like, I can't miss my opportunity to use this. Like, this is my moment. So we're gonna do it. And um then I think I kept most of the date cover, like, less foiled. I just use pops of it here and there. I didn't want to go too crazy with the snowflakes. And then I pulled in this buffalo check tearable, has an able to be torn washi, from Rose Colored Days. This is the green. I don't remember what colorway. It's the green buffalo check. This was one of the mini sheets that she had. Because it I feel like it complemented this spread really well. Um, Even though I don't think there's check pattern in here, but like the green, I think the green works, right? Um, Tell me the green works. I mean, you don't have to lie to me. The spread is done. Like, what can I do about it now? Um, then just playing with the layering up in the date cover area. And I use the date covers again because, like, one of like three opportunities to use it, so why not use it? And then just layering the rest of the smaller deco, because I believe I had the deco from the deco kit, which is one of it's I think that's the largest of these ones. She also had like a floral sheet, which I don't really pick up floral sheets anymore. I usually pick up like large bouquets, like if the sheet's a large bouquet, or just corners and edges, because those are usually like what I do. A lot of the like a majority of the time I do cut up my florals anyway. So, and I tend to go for the ones that are at least the size of, I would say, maybe a not a quarter box, a third, somewhere between those two, right? I don't really like the small florals. I feel like it's probably mostly a third. I just prefer the look of larger florals. That's just my thing. So more often than not, I don't usually pick up the sheet with the regular size florals. So did my tilted boxes thing. I had to use the box with cat. Like, of course I did. And I was trying to figure out. Oh, I did figure it out. I really just wanted to make use of these holly liners from Dash of Sun because they're on my freebie, and they were just like one of the things I really wanted to use throughout the winter. Um, I don't think I really made use of them very well, but we're just gonna have to tackle that. Actually, no, I still have February. I still have February to get through. We'll see if I can squeeze them in. We'll find out. Stay tuned. Um, so it's just lining my boxes, just trying different techniques, and like I said, I prefer the large florals. Um, and these are like really interesting florals because they kind of look like cotton, but I don't know if that's what they are. There's like pine cones and like these are just some really interesting florals, and that's what I really like about Cedar Shop. Her um interesting um just style. It's just very different to some of the other shops I typically use. So for the bottom section, I wanted to use the like it's like the equivalent of film strip, but it doesn't have like those like dashed lines that film strips usually have. And I guess my one critique, which is the same critique I have of I think Hello Petit paper also, is that there are a lot of repeating elements. And that's not like a good thing or a bad thing or a fault of anybody, because I can understand that you're building a kit based on a certain number of clip art pieces. Um, so to relegate something to only a deco when you could utilize it in a full box makes a like that could be unfeasible, right? So it's just something I grapple with personally. Like some people, I would bet that some people do not care that you have repeating elements on multiple sides. But that's something that like my eye goes to, and it is distracting for me um to have the same art in different sizes. Not a bad thing. That's just a me thing that I see, right? So I it's not something that shops should like get away from. It's just something I have to um come to terms with, get used to, be more okay with, because it's it is not economical to buy so many pages just because you want different clip art, right? That's not an economical thing to do. So that's my spiel. So on to the day by day. So we start as we usually do with a coffee Monday. Um that script is from Cedar Shop, but she revamped her script, so I don't think she has the Coffee Monday script per se. But I should ask her about it because I really like her font. And I'm starting to run low of my gold, I'm pretty sure. um, then I ran around a lot at work. I'm trying to remember why. Oh, this was like just before we started this next campaign that we're real time cat is in right now. I got happy mail from Blissful Jade Designs, who I do as of this moment in time PR for. as part of her winter term. Then we had pork katsu for dinner. It's one of the meals that my husband really likes to make because of how simple it is. Um, I mean, there's quite a bit of prep work, but once the prep work is done, then it's easy. On Tuesday, I had a presentation at work. Oh, this was probably the new format presentation. We had a presentation at work for revised documents. We had pizza from Domino's, and I did some voiceovers. Um, One of the things I really like about CETA's reformat, this current format, is all of the torn papers. I'm trying to figure out like how to play with them more because they're not really something I've pulled for before. So you see, I struggle. I struggle a little bit with this specific torn paper. Uh, but I'm trying to figure out the skinny little torn across guys. I'll get it one day, right? I'll get it. On Wednesday, it was column backing at work. So we did column packing. The day went a little sideways because the BPC, the bag, was not formatted the way we typically see it. So we all had a little freak out moment. Then it turns out we didn't have to freak out moment. But because of the freak out moment, we were at work a little, till like 6, which isn't like terribly late, but it's kind of late for us. And then since we were at work so late, I was just like, I am not doing anything at home. Nada. I'm just gonna go home and eat dinner and a bunch of snacks after Bub goes to sleep. So that's what I did. After an exhausting work day, I just did nothing when I got home. Which I marked with a popcorn, apparently. Because I don't really have snacks. Like an icon for snacks, I guess. On Thursday was a lot of running around for work. So before we actually start production, there's equipment set up. So column packing is one of those things that we have to set up. So afterwards, I have to run around at work to make sure that everything else is ready. Then we had snow during our PM commute. I believe this one wasn't like terribly bad snow, but the thing is, I feel like since this is a wetter winter than we've had before, people kind of forgot how to drive in the snow. So people just doing some dumb things on the road. I mean, they do dumb things on the road normally, so like it's not a surprise. And I did this cute little thing where I took like the little dots. I think they were on the paper trail plan sampler actually. And I just wanted to highlight some of the snowflakes to make it look like it was falling. Then I ran Bub's laundry that night, my weekly laundry run for him. On Friday was my dad's birthday. Um, and then what happened this day? Oh, the cells inside the production suite. Since cells are living organisms, they do what they want, right? Humans are unpredictable, cells are also unpredictable. So the cells just were not growing well. They didn't look like it wasn't just as they weren't behaving as anticipated. So, um, did we have to stay late? Maybe we just had to process later than typical. But it's been an ongoing problem that we're still trying to figure out. We haven't figured it out yet. We think there's a possibility that it's the media that the cells are growing in, but we're not 100% sure yet. Then we did Costco's that night. Yes, we did Costco that night. I think Bub was up at grandma's for the weekend. Because we got to share the Bub love. On the 18th, we started the day with a Target run. Since Bub was not home, we've been meaning to rearrange the parlor, especially now that the Christmas tree was gone. We wanted to move some of the furniture around to maximize play space and make sure that we had clear pathways for when the kid wanted to run around. So I spent Saturday doing that. Then we did a planning sesh, and then this was the day that CapCut got banned, and that's really frustrating for me because most of I save a lot of my files on the CapCut cloud. Uh, I had like 3 projects ready to go on CapCut at the time, and I was really frustrated. The workaround, if you haven't heard, was to set up a VPN to look like you're from another country, but it was very frustrating that CapCut got banned because I knew about the TikTok ban, but I didn't think about the fact that TikTok parent company owned CapCut. It was just a very sad time. On Sunday, the 19th, I did the dishes for the day, added some more planning, and I was like in an Among Us binge at the time. No idea why. But I was really like vibing again with the I know why. It's because there's like a mod or something where they added new classes, and it was so intriguing to watch all of that happening. I don't know. I really like Among Us videos, especially if they're good at Among Us. So that is the spread. I love the colors of this kit. Sita, this was a knockout of the park here. This was a breath of fresh air after the 2 blue kits, and I'm sure that it's so gorgeous. And that is the spread. This is the leftovers, and we'll head over to the flyover. I think that is my spiel, so that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I would love it if you gave it a little like, leave a comment with any of your thoughts down below, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!